celebrity capital of the world. It's Hollywood Squares Game Show Week, starring Bob Eubanks, Jim Lange, Martindale, Chuck Woolery, Charles Nelson Reilly, and Brett Summers, Jimmie Walker, Kathy Griffin, Mull, and this week's Center Square, Peter Marshall.
We got the best and most plays from coast to coast, and I don't want to boast. It's Hollywood.
I'm Rod Roddy. And here's your host, Tom Bergeron.
Holy mackerel, welcome. What a week we've got for you. First of all, pinch hitting is the voice of Hollywood Squares this week, Rod Roddy. And I have been looking forward to this the first time we've met today. And I've been looking forward to this since I first heard he was going to do it. The man who made this podium safe for the rest of us, the original host of Hollywood Squares, our Center Square, Peter Marshall this week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Peter. Thank you very much.
All right. It's going to be a great week. Glad you're on board for it. Let's welcome back our returning champion. Day 4 for him. He's got $51,589 in cash and stuff. Michael Sokol. Welcome back, Michael.
Thank you.
And in the circle position, Paula Cameronisi. Welcome, Paula.
Welcome.
Good to
Thank
have
you.
you here. Now, you know, the object of the game is, the reason we're here is,
Object for the players is to get 3 stars in a row, either across, up and down, or diagonally. It is up to them to figure out if a star is giving you a correct answer and making one up. That's how they get the squares. Thought I'd help you a little bit.
man, if there was ever a week for me to clutch my heart and go down, this is it. First game is worth $1,000, and Paula, as the challenger, you get to kick it off.
Kathy Griffin.
Kathy Griffin. Kathy's appearing on the celebrity edition of the Mull starting in January on ABC. Kathy, welcome back.
Yes.
If you feel a cold sore coming on, simply rub it with one of these from your refrigerator to stop it in its tracks. Rub it with what?
Nothing from my kitchen, if you don't mind. Because that's dirty. All right. To stop a cold sore, I think you would rub it with Crisco oil.
Okay.
I agree.
An ice cube, actually. Just an ice cube. So X gets that one. Break for you, Michael.
Peter Marshall.
Peter Marshall. Peter's book is backstage with the original Hollywood Square Peter Marshall.
There's the book.
You're going to autograph mine for me.
You
today,
got
right?
it.
All right, good.
All right.
Good book, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
True or false, Peter? Cracker Jack has given away over 22 billion prizes.
Cracker Jacks?
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. They've been around a long, long time. I mean, I can remember I was just a little kid. The first time I ever opened a Cracker Jack box, I took it. Guess what it was?
What?
It was a little fur coat from Dicker and Dicker, Beverly Hills. I would think so, Tom. I mean, goodness gracious, I'm 109, and they've been around as long as I have. You know.
So he says true.
I agree.
It is true,
Sure.
yes.
That's it.
That's the square. All right, Paula.
Charles Nelson Reilly and Brett Summers for the block.
From the match game, airing every day on the Game Show Network. Charles, Brett, welcome.
Thank you.
At the turn of the century, the 400 was the name for New York high society because that's how many people could fit into Mrs. Astor's blank. Oh, great. We got corset and speed up. Can you guys agree?
She will tell you because she's high in Connecticut society. Take it away.
I am. I'm high in Connecticut society. I have to know this to be a true thing because only 400 people could fit into her living room.
Her
Wait
living
till I take my glasses off so they can get a full view of it.
Oh, yeah.
Into her living
This
room.
is the right answer.
No, actually, her ballroom. Her ballroom. Michael, break for you.
Charles Nelson Reilly and Brett Summers for the
All
win.
right, for the win at $1,000. Legend has it that as his last words, Nathan Hale said this was his only regret. What was it?
That he never got to live to see the Anna Nicole Smith show.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he said, I only have one life to give to my country.
He's right.
I agree.
That is correct. Yes. Gets the square and the win. for $1,000. All right, let's go straight away into our secret square game. It also is worth $1,000, but here to find out what's in the secret square stash, we go to Roddy.
And to help me out, all the way from Australia, the most famous prize model of all time, from Let's Make a Deal, the lovely Carol Merrill. And what game show would be complete without this? A year's supply of rice-a-roni! Spice up any meal with a classic side dish, rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. And you might need that carbo charge for your trip to San Francisco. You and a guest will spend 4 nights at the historic Westin St. Francis, located on Union Square. Enjoy their famous heavenly beds, plus fine dining at their premier restaurant, the Oak Room. A sensational getaway for 2 worth $3,113.
All right, let's show all of you at home who the secret square is. Okay, now you know. Michael, you won the first game. You get to start this one.
Who is it?
Peter Marshall, please.
All right, we don't tell you, Brett.
No whistles, no bells.
Peter, what did Humphrey Bogart call the stuff that dreams are made of?
Ah, the stuff that dreams are made of. I can think of several. There was Gene Tierney, there was Rita Hayworth, but I would imagine that he was talking about maybe working in motion pictures.
All right.
But motion pictures are the things that dreams are made of.
I agree.
And Peter can bluff with the best of them. No, it's
Peter.
the Maltese Falcon, actually.
Maltese Falcon.
Gets the square. We get a break. This remarkable week of Hollywood Squares continues right after this. Stick around. I don't know if you know this, but we tape Hollywood Squares on the Bob Barker stage here at CBS. Isn't that interesting?
Interesting, very interesting. How about the money? Have a good show, kid.
Promotional consideration furnished by the following.
We got the best and most places from coast to coast. Hollywood Squares.
All right. We're going to get back to our secret square game because there's not only a trip to San Francisco, but more rice-a-roni than you can eat in a lifetime up for grabs. But first, let's give our contestants a chance to say hi. Our returning champion, Michael Sokol, remind us about yourself, Michael.
I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona. I teach voice and opera at UC Santa Barbara. I sang at the Metropolitan Opera, and I met my beautiful wife, Angelina, singing the opera Postcard from Morocco.
All right, very nice. Good to have you back, Michael. Paula Cameronese, tell us about yourself.
I live in Palm Springs, California. I teach kindergarten at Corsini Elementary. And when I'm not working with the little ones, I volunteer at Cedar House, who helps neglected children.
Wonderful. All right, good to have you on board. I think it's your turn, Paula.
I'll take Martin Mull, please.
Martin Mull. All right, Martin. Martin, in the Bible, what wicked woman was thrown from a rooftop by eunuchs and trampled by horses?
Oh, I know this. This is that old riddle, how many eunuchs does it take to throw a hooker off a roof, right? Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Name, yeah.
You want the name of the lady who
good.
was eunuch. Would have to be Jezebel, wouldn't it?
I agree.
It was Jezebel. Yes, it was. Circle gets it. All right, Michael.
Jimmie Walker for the block.
Jimmie Walker. His website, dynamitejj.com. Jimmy, true or false, the Liberty Bell's famous crack is slowly getting bigger?
Depends on who you're talking to. But that is true because the whole city is collapsing there in Philadelphia, even though we love the city of brotherly hate. So Philadelphia definitely, yes, it is expanding.
I agree.
No, it's not. No, that's false. Can't give you that one, Paula.
Jimmie Walker for the win.
And a tie game. Jimmy.
I just wanted to be on camera a little longer. That's how come I discombobulated that question.
In what story does the hero say at the end, "It is a far, far better thing I do than I have ever done"?
Ah, that sounds like a Snoop Doggy Dogg story. No, it is Macbeth where that comes from.
For the win and a tie.
I agree.
No, it's A Tale of Two Cities. X gets the block there, Michael. You're still alive here.
I would like Jim Lange, please.
Jim Lange from the dating game. All right, Jim, good to see you.
Hi, Tommy.
In a USA Today survey, 83% of men said that women hold the power in the dating game. Who did women say held the power?
Well, you asked the right guy here on this one because 17 years of the dating game, and I saw who ran the show and who ran the date. That's women. Women believe that women have the power.
Disagree.
Women believe that women have the power. That's right. Circle gets that one. We're going to, hold on a second. Wait, hold on. We're going to take a commercial break, but rather than me do it, Chuck, would you send us to commercial?
Absolutely. We'll be back soon, too.
In order to keep her from hearing the introductions of our gentlemen, as usual, we've kept her secluded off stage wearing stereo earphones. May we introduce her to you right now. She's the star of the long-running and tremendously popular television series Gidget. She recently completed a featured role in the new motion picture The Way West, starring Robert Mitchum, Kirk Douglas, and Richard Widmark. She swims well, plays baseball like a pro, and whips up most of her own clothes. From Pasadena, California, please join us in welcoming Sally Field. Hi, Sal. How are you? Oh, you look kind of perky tonight.
Promotional consideration furnished by the following.
Welcome back to H2 Hollywood Squares. By the way, if you'd like to submit a question for us to use on the air, log on to our website, hollywoodsquares.com, for more information. If we read your question on the air, we'll send you a nifty Hollywood Squares t-shirt for your very own. All right, Paula, your turn, I think.
Bob Eubanks for the win.
Bob Eubanks for the win. By the way, the Newlywed Game is on the Game Show Network Monday through Friday. Good to have you here, Bob.
Thank you. Nice to be
The
here.
all-knowing Dr. Joyce Brothers says the average couple spends 610 hours of their married life simply doing what?
I was going to say making whoopee, but she's not here anymore, is she? I'll say making love.
I agree.
You got it right. Making love. That's right. We have a tie game. By the way, Kathy was our secret square. Nobody picked Kathy. Tomorrow's secret square will be worth over $5,000. Our tiebreaker game's worth $2,000. And Paula, you get to kick it off.
Peter Marshall, please.
Peter, all right.
Thank you.
In our solar system, Peter, how does a comet get its tail?
Gee, I don't know. I guess like most people, a little cognac, a very white CD. Actually, you hear about the comet and its tail. It's an illusion. There is no tail. That is all. It's an illusion, like my life.
It's an illusion.
I disagree.
No, when it passes by the sun, the solar wind blows the dust particles that create the tail. You're right. Yes,
I learned something today.
Yes. Michael.
Charles Nelson Reilly and Brett Summers.
Charles and Brett. Charles stars in his own one-man play, Save It for the Stage, The Life of Reilly.
Uh-huh.
What was 80 star Alf's favorite thing to eat?
Just a minute.
Well, I think he wanted to be a mascot for the second year of the Anna Nicole Smith show. I know that. Favorite thing to eat? Pizzas he loved.
I disagree.
Cats. Cats. X gets the square. Paula?
Jim Lange, please.
Jim Lange. All right, Jim. Jim, what was the question that Groucho Marx asked most often on You Bet Your Life so that even sure losers could win some money?
He used to ask the question, who's buried in Grant's tomb?
I agree.
Well, you get the square then. Yes, that's right. Circle gets it. Michael?
Bob Eubanks for the block.
Bob for the block. All right, Bob. A nurse's health study found that this mineral helps curb PMS and aids in weight loss. What mineral?
PMS?
Yeah.
Peter Marshall syndrome. The only cure is Viagra.
You've been peaking, Bob.
Iron.
I'll agree.
Calcium, actually. Calcium. Paula, can't give you that one.
Bob Eubanks for the win.
For the win and the lead. According to Miss Manners, is it okay for the groom to have a woman for best man?
Huh? Oh, I forgot where I am. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I disagree.
It is, and she becomes best person at that point. X gets a block there, Michael. You're still alive.
Martin Mull for the win.
All right, Martin, for $2,000. In the 1982 hit song Stevie Wonder is Ebony. Who is Ivory?
I think Ivory was Paul McCartney.
I agree.
You've got the win. Yes, Paul McCartney for another $2,000. Our next game will be tomorrow. We're out of time. Paula, you fought a close match there. We're going to give you $1,000, and our thanks for being here on Hollywood Squares. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Michael, you've defended your championship with $3,000. Congratulations. When we come back, you're going for the cash again, aren't you? All right, bonus round time with our returning champ right after this. Stick around. For the bonus round, our returning champion, Michael, got $3,000 added to his stash in the front game. Now we invite you, as always, Michael, to look over here. You see 9 keys. One of them opens the safe where the lovely Carol Merrill is standing. And in that safe is $25,000, all right? Now, up to now, we found out a little bit about what the stars know. Here's where we find out, Michael, how much you know about them. All right? You know the drill. You pick a square. I'll read a statement about that star. If you agree or disagree correctly, you've won the square. At the end of 30 seconds, for every square you've won, we take away one of the bad keys, improving your chances of opening that safe. All right, let's put 30 seconds on the clock for Michael. It starts ticking when you pick your first star.
Martin Mull.
Martin designed a futuristic home for John Tesh.
I disagree.
Right, next.
Bob Eubanks.
Bob played himself in the movie JFK.
Agree.
Wrong, next.
Charles Nelson Reilly.
Charles
Brett Summers.
won a Tony for How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
I agree.
Right, next.
Chuck Woolery.
Chuck was Mr. Dingle on the New Zoo Review.
I agree.
Right, next.
Peter Marshall.
Peter's real name is Pierre Lecoq.
I agree.
Right, next.
With Martindale.
Is having a slot machine named after him.
I agree.
Right, next.
Kathy Griffin.
Kathy studied acting at the Lee Strasberg Institute.
I agree.
Right, next.
Jim Lange.
He hosted a variety show called Operation Entertainment.
I agree.
Right. All right, at the buzzer. Oh, looking good. Let's count keys, Michael. Wow. Well, you don't get to be a returning champion without figuring out how this works. All right, 7 out of 9 correct answers. Let's take away 7 bad keys. You know, now, in some ways, if you blow it here, it hurts worse. Good luck, Michael.
Okay. Come on. Papa needs it. Papa needs it.
Sorry I brought it up. Come on over here, Michael. Well, let's take a look at which key would have opened the safe. All right. Hey, there's some good news here. You got 7 correct answers.
Right.
That adds $7,000 to your total today. 10 grand for today, and so far as champion, $61,589. And by the way, Carol, can you give him a consolation hug? A Carol Merrill consolation hug. Not bad. I'm Tom Bergeron, inviting you to join us all, including Center Square, Peter Marshall for tomorrow. Hollywood Squares. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
I'm Rod Roddy saying so on. Promotional consideration furnished by the following.
Hi, Peter. It's Martin.
Hello. Oh, Martin. That's right.
Yes, I'm down here in the basement.
Martin is from the old squares. As
Absolutely.
Martin came on the show. He was a juvenile. And now what are you, Martin?
And now I'm Charlie Weaver.